Gents, welcome back to the channel. Hopefully that's picking up alright. It's tracking me. Nope, it's lost me. Let me just re-track myself. Yep, there we go. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Another glorious morning of sunshine, although it's a little bit cooler this morning. Going up to what, 18 degrees. I forgot I need to control this drone for it to actually properly follow me. I've got it on parallel at the minute because Active Track's got a mind of its own. Wrong way. I need to really just look at the screen when I control the drone, not look at the drone to control it. I end up doing the opposites. But it's a nice day out with Mr. Odin on a morning walk. Got him some new sticks over the weekend, which are a lot shorter than what I thought they would be from what I saw online, but he seems to be enjoying them. He is knackered. If you can see him now, again, wrong way on the stick. Happy there, mister? Show this ball. But I had a nice chilled weekend. Saturday ran a 10k, hit a 10k PB. Is that even recording my voice? Hope that's picked me up. If not, we'll see. Just do a little voiceover at the start. But ran a 10k PB at the weekend of, I can't remember, but I will put it on screen. I'll be sure to put it on screen. Ready? Whoosh. But yeah, no, nice chilled weekend. Ran a 10k, then spent the afternoon evening with Kelly before heading to my mother's house for dinner with my grandparents, which was very nice indeed. Nope, I was meant to go backwards. Right, there we go. So yeah, this was a nice chilled Sunday, but today is Monday morning, which obviously means it is leg day. And now what I was thinking before is I'm actually training hard enough, because Friday was obviously upper bodybuilding. Saturday was just a 10k. And I'm just thinking, because I've not been feeling too sore really from training. I know that's not the goal, but maybe I need to up the intensity. And I also realised on Friday I typed out all my weeks, my coming weeks, so up until comp day, and I realised I'm actually a week behind schedule, not a week behind schedule, but no, yeah, so a week behind. So this week will be the last week of the volume work before moving on to the intense work next week. So the next week's video will be the first week of heavy fives. So that is going to be fun. I can't wait for that. Again, nothing too crazy on the strength, just trying to sort of maintain it, work for that 3RM. And obviously it'll be a lot more running intervals. But today it's going to be at Pure Gym. This way. He's trying to run off there. And after the lifting, I will be doing my first bike session in a very long time. I'm thinking 10 rounds, 1 minute 30 on, 1 minute off, sort of similar to the 400 meter run distance times, just to keep things very similar, but again, up the volume on those rounds. So that is the overview of today's video. That's what's going to happen. So yeah, let's watch the trees. Again, trying to control the drone while walking and talking is fun, and also looking after the dog. So wrong stick, you can go back there. So yeah, we shall finish this here, and then finish this walk, and then back home for breakfast, and then gym. See you later. And also on the walking lunge, I'll be able to use the sandbag, which I cannot wait. So recently, I helped convince a good friend of mine to buy a PC, because he's going to start a gaming YouTube channel, which I can't wait for him to get started with that. Obviously that might help me get back into streaming, and we'll be on a few videos together. That'll be exciting. I'll introduce you to him soon, because he wants to be on a few vlogs. We've got some ideas, but that got me thinking. He got a double screen. I've currently got a double screen as well, but obviously this one came with the PC. This one was just lying about, but got me thinking of me adding a third screen, because I have a TV up here. This thing just sat there. It's a really good TV. Again, I'm not sure how long I've had it, a couple of years, but it's very nice. So I'm thinking either, obviously it's too big just for a PC screen itself, but I'm thinking of this bit of wall space right here that could go on there, and I've just got the desk at full height, and just to see what it'd be like, maybe get on a wall mount so that when I'm lying in bed I can pull out and just sort of chill and watch TV there. So that's something to consider, and I may look at either replacing this screen for two of the same, just for, again, just that be nice aesthetic, because this is I think a 24-inch sort of curved monitor. Again, still a great monitor, but it's two sort of different colours. I don't know if I can, let's see if I can compare. Let us just open at the same web page on either side. Again, I'm probably one of the least techie persons you will meet. So here we go again. Apologies for the mess on the desk, but as you can see, here's the picture screen one that came with the PC. Again, nice and clear, bright colours. Whereas this one's a little bit darker, sort of grey. I get a bit of an orangey tinge to it. That's what I'm seeing anyway. Don't know why I'm saying orangey, but I mean, like, it's almost got constant night brightness on. But I've tried playing around with the settings, but nothing seems to help in that sense. Again, that's iSaver mode on, so that's what I thought was on. That's actually brightened up a little bit, but I don't know. Anyway, what do you think of your headband as well? I'm starting to become a fan of headbands, because it's just a lot easier to keep the hair back, because it's not quite long enough to tie it back together. But anyway, I've had breakfast, I'm just finishing my coffee, and then in about half an hour we shall be in the gym hitting up some squats for another mic'd up session again, just to get me out of my comfort zone. So on the drive over here I realised that I have forgotten my lifting shoes. I left them at the other gym, so that's going to be interesting. I've got my Metcons, but I haven't squatted in flat shoes for a while, but it ain't the end of the world. I can still squat, but obviously it's not been for a while, so I have to tweak a few things. But in the words of Bear Grylls, you'll improvise, adapt and overcome. So let's head inside and see how these squats go. So here we are, about to start the first working set of squats. Again, it's feeling okay in these shoes, not having to change too much. But this rack, I'm facing outwards when I squat, just because I look at myself in the mirror. And just like with the commercial bench, it is a little bit too high for me, but it's not too heavy that I can't sort of go on my tiptoes a little bit and get off that. But I'm also going to put my headphones in for these sets, just to get a bit more help to get through these sets. Hopefully help distract me from talking to the camera while I am training as well. So that's another minute rest, and then we're on to set one. And here is today's playlist of choice of what's going to focus. Very good playlist, highly recommend. Also this week I've decided to jump weights up by 5 kilos from instead of 2.5, just to kind of catch up a bit on the programme, and also up the intensity as I say I'm recovering really well, so I thought I'd start pushing off a little bit more, just try and get a bit more gains quicker. But we'll see how long it lasts, because obviously next week is the intensity week. But I'm resting 2.5-3 minutes and then we go again. I'll probably just skip to the last set, because no point sitting through 4 whole sets of squats when you all look exactly the same. Now here we are, waiting for the fourth and final set. I'm actually surprised how I felt. I feel like I'm getting a lot better squat depth with these fatter shoes on. Because obviously my squat's sort of it's been sort of like a hybrid between low and high bar, sort of right between those two. I'm actually getting a lot more full leg use. I'm actually feeling the glutes hamstrings doing the work rather than just all the quads and glutes hamstrings get involved, which is good, even though that I feel like I'm getting shorter with each set. It's getting harder to unlock each time, but last set and then we move on to deadlifts. Again, I'm already feeling that extra 5 kilo jump this week, or extra 2.5 really, but legs are already starting to feel the fatigue from it, which obviously is or was the goal from today's session. But last set, best set. Take a minute, then move on to deadlift. Ouch. This liquid jaw's going to be clutch today. It's very humid if you can't tell. I'm just dripping with sweat. But I think it's good. I've been taking the mic off between sets just to stop it getting any more water damage. Just like surviving the day, but today's a whole different ball game. This is set one at 160. Again, I tried warming up with my feet slightly turned outwards like I mentioned last time, but I just put too much strain on hamstring and pain in the hip, so back to the usual feet facing forwards. Let's get into it for set one. Again, we'll go 4 sets of 5. I may need to switch to a mixed grip just to get these done. So that did slip a lot, but I thought I'd watch it back and see how it looked. But 3 more sets. So obviously, as you probably noticed, I am deadlifting conventional after last week's sort of trial of going back to sumo. I still got seem to sort of put on big boy pants on and just learn to do conventional, because obviously I think I'm actually built for conventional rather than sumo. And today's feeling pretty good on the conventional. And also I'm wearing wrist straps for deadlifts because I am very sweaty and it's just all come down my forearms onto my palms. But last set, I've moved the mic down so you can still hear me and don't get too much breathing. Last set, also for the hook grip. While I'm keeping okay, I haven't switched my grip. I'm allowing the bar to rest more on my fingers to let it sort of pull my hand open slightly. Just to I feel like it helps keep my arms loose but back tight. I'm not trying to grip the bar like it's going to slide out. It's a bit more painful, but it's not moving during the rep. But here we are, that's it. And that is done for the week. Whereas certainly volume deadlifts finished for foreseeable. I think from next week, as I said, he'll be 1 top set with no backups for deadlifts, so I find them quite taxing, and I'll be able to get focused more on the conditioning side of things. For these walking lunges, I did 4 sets of 40 reps. Now I'm not sure I'm going to improve the intensity or increase the intensity on these, whether I do a certain distance for time or try and do reps, have like a minute or 30 seconds rest and go again, or use heavy weights and try and use the same amount of volume, but still trying to instill that technique of having a slight forward lean to get emphasis on the posterior chain and just help keep the legs fresh for the running, and getting my feet together and just taking a split second between reps, just to have a little bit of a rest before going to that next rep, because I would ideally aim to go unbroken on the lunges in the competition rather than have to drop the sandbag, although I'm not sure if you have to restart a certain distance if you do have to put the sandbag down, like in some CrossFit comps. I'll have to look into that, but these felt pretty good. Again, no commentary on these because I was gasping after each set, but each one felt pretty solid. And then I was onto the bike work for the conditioning. Again, being in the time, I forgot my carbs to have after lifting before conditioning, so again, not the end of the world. Just sort of, it's probably mainly a placebo effect anyway, but gonna go straight into the minute and a half on, 1 minute off. Probably not going to do 10 rounds because I haven't got any time, but again, maybe go for rounds, 6 or 7 rounds. Again, I'm thinking if I go for 7 rounds, may as well go for 10. But we shall see. Go for a minute warm up and then jump straight into the conditioning. Again, I'll stick some music on. Again, I'll probably just show you a short clip of the intervals, because there's no point sitting through a minute and a half with just me sat on a bike. So let's get warm and then into it, shall we? I'll just do a minute warm up. These intervals were tough. Now, whenever I do bike work, I always double the distance of where I would run. So for today, I was aiming for around 800 meters. I'm not as trained up for the day. I only did 8 bike intervals because I felt like I was just starting to deteriorate, performance was starting to drop. Now there's just no point in trying to push through when performance is going to get worse. So we did 8 rounds and used the last 2 as just a cool down. So 8 intervals of 1:30 on, 1 minute off, and then about 5 minutes of just a cool down. I was going to ab work, but I think if I do, I will throw up. So I'm just going to sit here, cool down, have a little stretch, and then home for some lunch, and then off to work. Just going to compose myself first before I stand up. I'm just going to fall over with my quads, hamstrings, everything else is just done in. And I feel like my calves are cramped, so I'm going to give it a minute before this water kick in, and then we'll move. I hear Mr. Happy in the garden. But he's been coughing and sort of balking quite a lot when I was back from the gym. He jumped on the fence and then started going really bad, so took him to the vets, but all was clear. It's probably when he was digging behind the shed. He was digging behind the shed again this morning. Came downstairs and he was covered in mud again, which we might need to start blocking off, I think. Probably going down there, yeah? What to say? Good to say for yourself. Anyway, vet said he's alright, nothing's blocked in there. He's probably just irritated it from coughing and balking so much, so he had to go and get him some honey from Aldi. Well, I went to Aldi to get some honey. I also picked up these protein drinks. 20 grams of protein, 108 calories per carton. But let's let that play go over. It's mainly skimmed milk with, I also got, again, salted caramel flavour. Anything salted caramel I will try or get. I actually had one of these the other day, chocolate one. It was very nice, very smooth, so they'll be definitely going in the cereal or just as a top up for extra protein, especially as it's still warm, although as I'm saying that, the rain is starting. It's been a bit overcast today, so I think that is British summer done, although it's still around 17-18 degrees. But because of this, I'm running a bit behind schedule, so I'm going to go in and grab some lunch. I'm going to end this video here. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have, hit the like button. If you're new, smash subscribe, turn notifications on, all that jazz. And as always, I will catch you in the next one. Peace. Any final words?
Let me dig behind the shed.